Hello everybody! How are you all doing today? Today's video is going to be so much fun because I'm going to be recommending books to you guys in one of my favorite genres. And that genre is historical fiction, I cannot speak. Historical fiction slash historical fantasy. Historical fiction really captures exactly why I love to read. I read because I want to escape reality. This life is way too boring for me. I need to go on an adventure. I need to slay dragons. I need to fall in love with a dashing young prince. And historical fiction, I feel, is the best for having an escape from reality because you are literally being transported into another time. Well, not literally, but yeah. I have a lot of books to recommend today. A lot. I'm gonna stop chit-chatting and we're just gonna go ahead and get into it. Starting with The Dark Days Club by Allison Goodman. I just bought this book the other day, and guess what? I already finished it because this book was that great. It takes place in London in the year 1812, and it follows a girl named Helen who should be preparing for her presentation at the royal court, but instead she meets Lord Carlston, who introduces her to the world of demons. Something that is really awesome about this book, which might appeal to a lot of you, is that it really reminded me of The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. It has that same theme of demon hunting, and let's be real, demon hunting plus Regency era equals best combination ever. You really can't get more awesome than that. The next book is The Madman's Daughter by Megan Shepherd. This book was so creepy and thrilling and I loved it. This is about a girl named Juliet who, when her father disappeared, she lost all of her wealth and is now working as a maid. She discovers that her father is conducting research on a remote island, and Juliet decides to go to this island to find her father. However, she was not anticipating the incredibly disturbing and dark experiments that her father has been making on this island. This book is so wonderfully dark and disturbing in the best way possible. I absolutely loved it. I love a good dark historical fiction. Next is The Diviners by my favorite Libba Bray. It is no secret that I love Libba Bray so much, and I thought she did such a wonderful job with this book. It takes place in the year 1926 in New York City, where a girl named Evie has been sent to live with her uncle. It is in New York that Evie ends up involved with a group of people who all have special powers and the ability to fight off evil, specifically a villain by the name of Naughty John, which is a really creepy name, and that is because it is really, really creepy. So my only advice is do not read this book in the dark like I did, because you will not be happy. Next is a book that I have raved about basically since the start of my channel, but I have no shame because this is one of my favorite historical fantasy books ever, so it definitely needed to be included in today's video. And that is A Great and Terrible Beauty, also by my favorite Libba Bray. She is so good at combining the supernatural with historical fiction. This book is about a girl named Gemma Doyle who is shipped from her life in India to attend an all-girls boarding school in England. It's at this school that her and a group of girls end up becoming involved with the supernatural, and things get crazy. Lots of fun paranormal stuff and a nice slow burn romance, and it's also a trilogy. Just read this book. It would make me very happy. Just read it, please. The next book is A Mad Wicked Folly by Sharon Biggs Waller. This book is set in London in the year 1909, and it follows an aspiring artist named Victoria. One day, Victoria poses nude in her art class and she is shamed by society and her family. Her parents decide to marry her off to some wealthy man, but Victoria, being a rebellious child, has other plans, and she plans on attending the Royal College of Art. This is a really light and funny book. I liked that this was a historical fiction that had some humorous parts in it, so if you're looking for a light historical read, definitely check this out. The next book is Maid of Secrets by Jennifer Mcgowan. This book is about a girl named Meg who is a pickpocketer. However, one day she steals from the wrong nobleman. She is sent to the court of Queen Elizabeth, where Meg is forced into what is called the Maids of Honor, otherwise known as the Queen's Secret Society of Protectors. I loved the idea of following a spy in the royal court. There was lots of adventure and mystery, and also a very very swoon-worthy romance with a certain dashing Spanish courtier. This was definitely my kind of book. Next is Soulless by Gayle Carragher. This is one of the only steampunk books that I've read. I'm still kind of getting used to the steampunk genre. It takes place in the Victorian era and follows a spinster named Alexia who lives in a supernatural London. Alexia does not have a soul, believe it or not, and she also has a strange ability where when she touches a supernatural being, she can revert them back to their human form. The concept of this book was very bizarre, and it is a little bit weird, but in a very quirky and entertaining way. It is also very romantic and very funny at some parts, so I definitely recommend this to anyone who's looking for just a fun and entertaining read. Next is Gilt by Kathryn Longshore. This book is about Kathryn Howard, wife of Henry VIII, and all of the mischief and scandal that her and her best friend get into in the royal court. This was such a beautifully written book and so entertaining. There was never a boring part. It was the first Kathryn Longshore book that I have read, and after reading this book, I am so excited to read all of the rest of her books. They all look so good. Next is another book that I talk about quite a lot. It is also another one of my favorite historical fiction books, so it of course had to make its way into this video, just in case some of you haven't heard me raving about it 24/7, and that is These Shallow Graves by Jennifer Donnelly. Jennifer Donnelly is a very popular author for historical fiction books. I've read a few besides this one, but this is my favorite. It takes place in the year 1890 in New York, following a girl named Jo who lives what many would consider the perfect life. However, one day her father is mysteriously murdered. Jo meets a young reporter by the name of Eddie, and together Jo and Eddie decide to secretly take on her father's case and find the true killer. This is such an exciting mystery book. It has one of my favorite couples ever. I actually did a review on this book where I talk a lot about it, so I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. Next is The Witch Hunter. I absolutely love this book. It's about a girl named Elizabeth Grey who is a witch hunter, and her job is to find people in society who are practicing witchcraft. Elizabeth's life takes an ironic twist when one day she is accused of witchcraft herself, and she is sentenced to be burned at the stake. I love witchy books, and I especially love historical fiction books that are witchy. Go and check this one out. It deserves more love, and it is amazing. Next is an old favorite of mine, and that is Prophecy of the Sisters by Michele. It is about twin sisters, Leah and Alice, who discover that they are a part of a prophecy that has turned generations of twin sisters against each other. This book is really creepy and dark, very dark, and I love it. It has this gothic feeling to it, has a lot of paranormal aspects to it. This is a really fun trilogy. It's so exciting and adventurous, full of romance, just so intense, and I just love it. And last but not least is Grave Mercy by Robin Lefevers. I wasn't going to include this because I was like, Sophie, you talk about this book like way too much. But then I was like, no. Grave Mercy is a must. This is set in medieval France, and it follows a girl named Ismay who is what is known as Death's Handmaiden. So basically, Death's Handmaidens are assassins, and when an individual is meant to die, Death puts a mark on them. Death's Handmaidens can see this mark, and their role is to kill these people. Ismay is following one of her most important assignments, where she is sent to the royal court to pose as a mistress for the very charming Gabrielle Duval. I actually did a review on it, so I will leave a link to my review in the description. I would definitely recommend checking that out because I go way more into depth about this book. I just have so much love for these books, and yeah, I had to mention it. I just had to. And those are all of the historical fiction / fantasy books that I will be recommending today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Even if you are somebody that has not read historical fiction very much, I hope that this video can be helpful for you in maybe introducing yourself into the world of historical fiction or trying out one of these. I really think that all of the books that I talked about today are great books to get you into the genre. These definitely are not all of the historical fiction books that I have read because this is one of my favorite genres, so I have many more books. I may have to do a part 2 in the future. If you guys would like to see that, let me know in the comments below. I would love if you guys would let me know in the comments below if you have read any of the books that I talked about today. Go ahead and let me know your thoughts on them. And while we're at it, why don't you go ahead ahead and let me know, what is your favorite historical fiction book? Gonna be completely honest, I just want to know about more historical fiction books. It's not like I haven't already read a bajillion. So let me know all of your favorite historical fiction books so that I can go and add them to my TBR and read even more, please. And I'm gonna wrap things up today, so I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. I hope that you'll go and have yourselves a fabulous day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!